Hello my bestie boos. I am such a fan of Ariana Grande's fragrances, especially her Cloud line, Ari, honestly, she can do no wrong in my opinion. So she just came out with the new fragrance, Ariana Grande's Cloud Pink. So sit down with me and see what I think about Cloud Pink, as well as I'm going to compare it to her other Cloud fragrances. As promised, Miss Ari came out with a new fragrance, Ariana Grande's Cloud Pink, and here she is. I was so excited to get it. The night it was released, I want to say August the 13th is when it was released. I stayed up till midnight, okay, because I needed to get this. I was desperate to get this because I love her line. I love almost all of her fragrances. Actually, I think I love all of her fragrances. And so I definitely wanted to get this. Plus it's pink, okay? I'm a sucker for anything kind of girly and pink. So I got this. I also have Cloud Intense and the original Cloud. So before I get into how much I like this or how much I don't like this, I'm going to go over the notes. The notes for this fragrance are pitahaya. I don't know what that is. Wild berries, pineapple, coconut water, vanilla orchid, ambrette, praline, moss, musk, amberwood. So those are the notes for this. Now let's spray her. I've already smelled her, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. Sprays nicely. So when I first smell it, I smell like alcohol, like it's really a strong alcohol synthetic kind of smell, which her other fragrances also smell like. I don't mind that so much because I'm waiting for it to kind of dry down so I can smell it for real, right? So once it starts drying down, I start smelling that pineapple. I smell the vanilla, of course. I smell a little bit of the coconut water. I'm not sure what pitahaya smells like, so I really can't say if I smell that or not. But I wore this the last 2 days since I got it. I've worn it the last 2 days because I wanted to give you guys an honest review and an honest opinion of the fragrance. At first, I was like, no, this smells exactly like everything else. It smells like the other Clouds. I'm gonna keep it because I collect fragrances. But I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed. But then I would say probably, like even now, probably after like maybe 20 minutes, I started smelling the pineapple. So once I started smelling the pineapple, then I was like, okay, I can justify this fragrance because it is a little bit different than the original Cloud. The Cloud DNA is still the same. You still smell the Cloud, but I do smell the pineapple, and that kind of saved it for me because I don't mind having fragrances from the same line, but I want it to be a little different, girl. You can't make everything smell the same and think we're gonna spend our coin. So I was glad once I started smelling the pineapple because that justified it for me. That justified me keeping it. I don't feel as guilty having all of the flankers because it smells a bit different. So like I said, I wore this for 2 days straight. So the lasting power on this is maybe 3 hours. And it could be because it's been hot where I live. And when it's hot, fragrances don't last as long. They dissipate much quicker. But I feel like, girl, you could have lasted a little bit longer. But again, like I said, I like her. I know how to put on fragrances to make them last. I know how to moisturize my skin. I know how to spray them, where to spray them. And baby, I spray. Okay, I make sure that I spray my fragrances because they mine, and I'm gonna spray as much as I want. Okay, so it didn't last that long, which was a little bit disappointing if I'm gonna be honest. But again, it smells great. I like it. I'm glad that I own it. Now I want to get into the original Cloud and Cloud 2.0 because I want to compare the two. So original Cloud, the notes for this one is lavender, pear, bergamot, whipped cream, praline, coconut, vanilla orchid, musk, and woody notes. I love this one. As you can see, the dent. I really love this one. I use it a lot. I layer it with a bunch of different things in my collection. When I spray this, let's see. The other thing is, like, you know, this is cute and everything, but it's so cumbersome. So I usually just pull it out of the cloud. Thankfully, you can remove it from the cloud. But when I first spray it, I smell that whipped cream. Like, I smell the whipped cream. I smell a tiny bit of that coconut. I smell a little bit of the pear. Pear note is one of my favorite notes and fragrances. So I smell a little bit of that pear. I really like this one. This is my favorite out of all the three. She did her thing when she did this one. But yeah, so that's this one. Let me think about this for a second, because when I got the Cloud Intense, this is the 2.0 version, this is Intense. The notes in this one are lavender, bergamot, pear, whipped cream, praline, coconut, vanilla orchid, cashmere, ambroxan, musk, and woody notes. So let's spray this one. This one to me smells pretty much exactly like the original Cloud. These two to me smell pretty much exactly the same. I smell the whipped cream. I don't smell the lavender, which I think would have given this variation. I think if I smelled the lavender more, I probably would have liked this a little better, even though I don't like lavender that much, because at least it would have been different, right? It would have been different. But they smell so much alike. Like, I'm gonna keep it because, well, I kept it because I collect fragrances. I wanted it in my collection, but I ended up giving this to my daughter. Okay, I gave it to my daughter because it's no point in me spraying this and wearing it one day and then spraying this and wearing it another day. I might as well spray this one both days. You know what I'm saying? So these to me smell exactly alike. They both smell good, but they smell alike. This one smells a little different because I smell the pineapple. If it wasn't for that pineapple, girl, I'd have been like, Ariana, Riri, come on. Ari, girl, what is you doing? But thankfully, I do smell the pineapple. And so I'm going to keep this in my collection and I'm not going to give it away. But would I say you need all three of these? No, you don't. You do not need all three of these. If you do not collect fragrances like I do, you don't need all three. You can get the original Cloud and you will be just fine. Okay. And you can layer her with a bunch of different things. If you don't smell, like if you're not very sensitive to smells, I'm very sensitive to smells. I can pick up different smells on different things and pick out each note. If you're not sensitive to smells, you're going to think this smells exactly the same as the others. And so would I recommend that for you? No. I wouldn't recommend this for you unless you are a collector, unless you are very sensitive to smells and you can detect the differences in the notes. Otherwise, it's okay. You can be without this. You can just go ahead and stick with the original Cloud. So that is my review. Those are my thoughts on the Ariana Grande's Cloud line, the Cloud 2.0 Intense, and the Cloud Pink. So thank you for sitting down and watching with me as I review and hearing my thoughts on these fragrances. And until next time, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.